y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Frankie. If this is your first time here, today's video is intimate. I want to talk about vagina.
Excuse me?
No, but seriously, you would be very shocked to know how many people have vaginas and don't know how to properly take care of them. I guess that's because up until recently it's been very taboo, very inappropriate, some might say, to openly talk about what you do to take care of your vagina. It's a little bit of a private type of deal. I guess that's why we call them our private areas. But when you don't talk about things, people don't learn things. I just have never been afraid to ask questions. From the moment I got a gynecologist, I was all up in his face asking questions. Even before I ever got a gynecologist, I asked my mom everything I ever wanted to know about my vagina. I do know that some people don't have anyone to ask. Some people aren't comfortable asking people. Thank God for the internet. And that's where I come in. So for today's video, I'm just going to give you guys some tips, some things you should be doing, shouldn't be doing, things you should know all about your love below. I'm going to recommend some products, things that I use personally, things that you should look into using if you are a person with a vagina or if you love a person with a vagina. I'm ready to jump right into my little list. But before we get started, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Also give this video a thumbs up if you like it, because I like that. Let's get to the list. Tip number 1. I cannot stress this tip enough. This is probably one that a lot of people don't realize, especially young people. No soap. Please do not use soap on your vagina. You see this? Black orchid and patchouli oil. It smells so good, but it's not made for your vagina, okay? Our vaginas are not made to taste like peaches, okay? They're not made to smell like vanilla. They're not made to smell like strawberries. If they were supposed to smell and taste like those things, they would have came that way. You know what scented soaps are good for? You know where you should be using scented soaps?
The upper body.
Your upper body. That's it. I don't even use scented soaps on my booty. I'm definitely not using it on my vagina. Your vagina is a self-cleaning organ. That thing know what it's supposed to be doing, okay? Stuff like body wash and scented soaps just throws your pH balance all the way off. That's when you get things like itchiness down there, dryness, or even odor. Yes, your smell good soap could be the reason that you have an odor down there. You don't need nothing on that thing, okay, but good old-fashioned water. So if you're gonna buy something, invest in a little detachable shower head. I got mine from Amazon, and use that to rinse your vagina off. Other than that, the only parts of your body that you should be cleaning with any type of soap are the outer parts. So the upper mound area, you know, that little front facing area, the thing you see when you look in the mirror, and the outer lips of your vagina. And even for the outer areas of your vagina, you don't want to use scented soap. I opt for unscented pH balanced soaps like Can I Talk to You in Private Please from Frank Body. Smells like absolutely nothing. It was quite literally formulated for your chichi, okay? So it's safe to go down there. I'll leave it down in the description box, as well as some other unscented soaps that I recommend. While we're talking about washing our nether regions, really quickly, I just want to talk about washing your butt. Ew. Like I said before, I don't even use scented soaps on my booty, okay? So dial antibacterial soap. That way you know you're killing all of the bacteria that's lingering in your booty, because it is back there. I just wanted to throw that in there so you can get your butt clean. Tip number 2. While we are still in the realm of washing, this tip may ruffle your feathers a little bit. Stop washing your vagina with washcloths.
Little nasty.
Long story short, washcloths harbor a lot of bacteria. Unless you are using a brand spanking new washcloth, every single time you shower, you are putting unwanted bacteria into your vagina. So just use your hands. You can wash your hands in the shower. You will know they're clean. Put your unscented wash on your hands and wash yourself. It's literally that simple. But please use a washcloth for the rest of your body, okay? That's just nasty. Tip number 3. Exfoliate. Say it with me. Exfoliate. Exfoliate that thing. No matter what your method of hair removal is on your vagina, whether you wax it, shave it, or let it all grow out, exfoliating just helps minimize the ingrown hairs that you can get. I know that me personally, I am prone to ingrowns. But once again, this is just for the outer parts of your vagina. So your bikini line and the upper mound. That's it. Don't exfoliate nothing else. There are a bunch of different ways that you can exfoliate that thing available on the market, but my personal favorite ways are with little exfoliating sponges like this. They're very inexpensive. I think this was like $1 and some change. You can replace it very often. It's very cheap. Or I use a sugar scrub. Lately I've been using this one from Urban Hydration. It's the mango and lime sugar scrub. I just like sugar scrubs because they are water soluble, so put water on them, they're gonna melt. I alternate between using these two, but I use them multiple times a week, and they really help the situation, I must say. Tip number 4, make sure you are properly drying in that area. Bacteria grows in dark, wet places, and if you're not making sure that your vagina is properly dry, you are just creating an environment for mildew and bacteria to grow.
Disgusting.
It sounds disgusting because it is. So just make sure that you are drying yourself off properly. Change your towel out often. I would try to change the towel once a week. Make sure you're hanging it somewhere that it is getting properly dry. Treat your body nice. You only get one. Tip number 5, this is going back to our ingrown hair conversation that we had earlier. Fur oil. I know the bottle is super little, so you're probably like, what the f is that? It is fur oil. It's an ingrown hair concentrate. You just put it on those areas where you are prone to getting ingrown hair. This little bottle is expensive. I think this tiny bottle may be like $30. Be it small, it is mighty. It lasts a very long time. Tip number 6. This is a bonus tip, I will say, because this has nothing to do with the vagina. Once again, we are going back to the booty crack. Witch hazel for your crack. Let's just be adults about it, okay? Your booty crack sweats just like the rest of your body sweats. Sweat creates odor. Some people's odor may be so light that they don't even notice, but it's there, I promise you. Witch hazel is an odor neutralizer. You know what the word neutralize means. I use Thayer's witch hazel because it is alcohol free. I don't want your booty burning. Wipe it between your butt crack after you get out the shower. It sounds funny, but it's a very helpful preventative measure. I don't know if booty deodorant works. I've never used them. But if you don't want to try booty deodorant, try the witch hazel. Tip number 7, organic tampons. I'm a proud member of Team Tampons. I can't stand pads. I've never liked pads. And in general, organic tampons are just overall better for you. They're made with organic cotton. They're not made with any of the harsh synthetic elements and dangerous toxic material that non-organic tampons are often made with. Basically just lower the risk of TSS, toxic shock syndrome. Say that 3 times fast. I use the tampons from the L brand. Those are my favorite organic tampons. Don't let the word organic scare you. They're not super expensive compared to brands you're probably used to. And if they're safer for you, why not? Tip number 8, wear cotton panties. I know the silk and satin and lace panties are cute in everything, but cotton panties are just better for your vagina. Cotton just doesn't hold moisture, and like I said before, bacteria grows in dark, moist areas. So as cute as those other panties might be, just get you some cotton ones to wear on a, like, you know, regular day-to-day basis when nobody's gonna be seeing your panties anyway. And when you go to sleep, try sleeping with no panties on. It may be a little awkward if you're used to going to sleep in underwear, but it's nice to let that thing breathe sometimes. Tip number 9, boric acid suppositories. If you deal with yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis on like a chronic level, you probably know what boric acid is. So sometimes things may be a little thrown off down below and you don't know necessarily why. Like I said before, on a pH scale, our vaginas are moderately acidic naturally. Sometimes you do things and it just throws that pH off a little bit. Boric acid helps with that. I can't explain the feeling. If you have a vagina, you know the feeling, but sometimes if you do something that throws your stuff off a little bit, it just doesn't feel right down there. Not like crazy itching and burning or nothing. If you're experiencing that, I would go see a doctor. But I just mean, like, you know, that little feeling. I can't explain it. If you have a vagina, you know what I'm talking about. I use these boric acid suppositories. I also use the ones from the Honey Pot when they are available because they're always sold out. It says right here at the top, not for oral consumption. Do not swallow your boric acid suppositories. You're supposed to stick them up your thing. I usually do it at night when I use them, and by the morning I just take a shower and we're all good. When you buy yours, just follow the directions on them. They will tell you exactly how to use them. I don't use them that often. I just keep them on deck for emergency purposes. But if you want to use them regularly, oh, why was that just so hard to say? You want to use them regularly, I would consult with your gynecologist before you do anything. These are just the things that I know work for my wooha. I ain't no doctor, child. Tip number 10. This is probably one of the most annoying tips that you will ever hear, because people say this for like literally everything that has to do with your body. But it's so true. Drink water.
Child. Anyway, so
drinking water, eating fruit, eating vegetables, taking your supplements, you will see a very big change in your vagina health. I take chlorophyll, what they call an internal deodorant. I take it in a pill form, but they also have it in a liquid form. Like I said, chlorophyll is an internal deodorant, so it just gets all of those toxins that are inside of you out. Helps you smell nice and fresh inside. And chlorophyll is really good for your skin, okay? Period. Bonus points. Why not take it? Tip number 11, and this is one of those things that I feel like, again, a lot of people just don't know. Stop letting that man leave it inside of you, okay? A lot of the time, your pH balance is thrown off because of who you are sexually intimate with. Sometimes, I'm not gonna say all the time, but sometimes these men don't know how to properly clean themselves. And they be walking around with all types of bacteria on their privates. And then they come and lay down with you, and all the bacteria that they have, they are now putting it inside of your love below, sweetie. Your love tunnel is sensitive, okay? She don't like bacteria. And like I said earlier, on the pH scale, healthy vaginas are moderately acidic. Healthy sperm is alkaline. They are on total opposite ends of the spectrum. So letting him leave it in can throw off your pH balance. How can something that was literally like made for something else just not be right? I don't know, you're gonna have to take that up with Sky Daddy. I don't know. My last bonus tip, and the most important tip that I think that I can give you, is to see your gynecologist regularly. Your gynecologist literally went to school and got a degree to know all about that thing, all right? So utilize your resources. Ask them all of the questions that you have. There is no such thing as a dumb question. The only foolish questions are questions unasked. I learned that from my 3rd grade teacher, Miss Campbell. So ask the questions that you have. I would rather ask my gynecologist a million questions that may seem silly than to not ask and not know, and then just be sitting up looking crazy because my vagina ain't acting right. They get paid well enough to answer your questions, I promise. But that is the end of my video. Those are all of my tips and tricks and suggestions when it comes to your love down below. I will leave everything that I mentioned in the video down in the description box for you, as well as some alternatives if I can't find all of the stuff that I mentioned today, but I think I should be able to find it all. Once again, make sure you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss when I post. And give this video a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Twitter, because I really be on here. And until next time, I will see you later.